Good morning, student. In our last video, we are discussing about biomechanics. Biomechanics, it is derived from two words, bio and mechanics. Bio means living things and mechanics means related to physics. So, biomechanics means the study of force and its effect on living things. What will happen if the force is applied on a living things, on a human beings? And movements, types of movements. Today let's discuss about law of motion and its application in sports. Law of motion is formulated by Isaac Newton in 1687. He explained and investigate that every motion, every movement is under the impact of this law of motions. Means this law of motions was formulated by Isaac Newton in 1687. Whatever the movement, whatever the movement it is, it come under the impact of this law of motions. There are three law of motions. That are first law of motions, also known as law of inertia. Second law of motions, also known as law of accelerations. And third law of motions means law of actions and reactions. First law of motions, that is law of inertia. This law states that an object at rest will remain at rest, or an object in motion will remain in motion at constant velocity unless acted upon by a force. Means when an object is at rest, means it remain at rest. जब कोई भी object rest में होगा, then the object will remain in the rest position. And if the object is in motion, means अगर object motion में है, movement है, then it will remain in motion unless the it will in motion in the same speed unless the external force is act upon the object. For example, a football at a penalty point will remain at rest unless a player kick the balls. When a football ball is kept in a penalty ball, the ball does not move unless a player kick the ball. Or a ball, if the ball is moving, it will continue move unless the external force is applied on a ball to stop it. This is known as law of inertia. Means an object at rest will remain at rest, or an object in motion will remain in motion unless an external force is applied on the object. Second law of motion, also known as law of acceleration. According to this law of motion, the rate of change in velocity, that is acceleration, of an object is directly proportional to the force applied and inversely proportional to the mass of body. Means the rate of change in velocity, means change in motion of an object, is directly proportional to the force. If more force is applied, there will be the more movement, more velocity of an object, and inversely proportional to the mass. If the weight of the object is heavy, then more force is required. The greater the force applied, the faster is the velocity. More force is applied, more is the velocity, more is the movement, and more is the displacement. And if the force applied is less, if you apply the force less, then the displacement is also less, then the movement is also less. Moreover, acceleration means velocity is also less. Means in second law of motions, accelerations is directly proportional to force and inversely proportional to mass. Okay, accelerations means movement, motion is directly to force and inversely proportional to mass. For examples, a volleyball player a volleyball players push the ball slowly for a drop, or you can see in a shot put, a players who exert more force if there is a two object of same weight, and the and if the players exert most force on the object, then the object where the more force is applied, there will be the more velocity, means there will be the more movement of the object. And if there is um, motion mass, means if the object uh, if the object mass, weight of the object is different, then um, more force is required for this displacement. For examples, look at here. if if equal force are applied if the equal force are applied to an object of equal mass, okay, if unequal force are applied to object of equal mass, then the greater force will cause more accelerations. If unequal force uh, applied on equal mass, then then अगर आप डिफरेंट फोर्स अप्लाई करते हो सेम सेम ऑब्जेक्ट, सेम वेट, सेम मास ऑब्जेक्ट में, देन आप जिस ऑब्जेक्ट में ज़्यादा फोर्स यूज करेंगे, देन द एक्सीलरेशन विल बी मोर. एंड इफ इक्वल फोर्स आर अप्लाइड टू अनइक्वल मास, अगर आप इक्वल फोर्स अप्लाई करते हो इन अनइक्वल मास, इन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ अनइक्वल मास, then the object with greater mass, जिसका मास ज़्यादा होगा, it will have less acceleration. For examples, equal force 10 kg and 20 kg, then and you are applying equal force, then the 20 kg more force is required for greater force in acceleration. Okay, this law of acceleration means the rate of change in velocity. Acceleration of an object is directly proportional to force and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. More force is required when the weight is more. And third law of motions, also known as law of action and reaction. This law of motion states that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. For examples, in swimming pool, in swimming, if the player pushes the waters backward, in returns he pushes forward, means at the type of swimming, if the players push the water backwards, mean his action is backward, then he is pushed forward, that is reactions, pushed forward by the waters. Or or at the time of walking, when a person's walk on the road, he pushes the ground backwards, he pushes the ground backward directions, and the ground exerts an equals and opposite force on the persons in the forward direction. This is the third law of motion. Okay, law of motions, it was formulated by Isaac Newton in 1687. First law of motions, also known as law of inertia, means if the object is at rest, it will remain at rest, or an object in motion will remain in motion unless an external force is applied on an object. Second law of motion, also known as law of acceleration. This law states that the rate of change in velocity, means the rate of change in acceleration, means movement of an object, is directly proportional to force. अगर आप more force apply करोगे, then there will be the more acceleration, and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. Heavier the weight, more force is required for more acceleration. And third law of motion is law of actions and reactions. For every actions there is equal and opposite reactions. If you in swimming pool, if the player pushes the water backward, then the waters in return push the players forward. This is the third law. This is the law of motion, three law of motions. And this friction and sports, this is cut from your syllabus. Now we have complete our chapters biomechanics and sports. Next is unit 9, psychology and sports. Psychology. Psychology means study of human behaviors, and sports psychology, it is a branch of psychology that deal with the performance of a sports person, that deal with the performance of the sports persons and behavior of our players during the training and competitions, which help to improve the performance of a players and maintain the same during even during the stress of the competition. The purpose of sports psychology is to understand the behavior of a sports persons and modifying it according to the needs of the situations, which help to improve the performance, which help for better performance of the individuals. Next is personality. The word personality is derived from the Latin word persona, which means marks. So personality, it is the outer edge of the self, or how one appears to the others. The word personality conveys the meanings of one physical appearance, his habit, his way of dressing up, his reputations, his manners, and other similar characteristics. This is the meaning of personality. Okay, personality, it is derived from the personality is derived from the Latin word persona. Persona means marks, his outer appearance, how a person's look. So personality convey the meaning of one physical appearance, his habit, his way of dressing up, his reputations, his manners, and other similar characteristics. So in personality, it is a typical patterns of thinking, how one thinks, his feeling, and his behaviors, which make a person's unique. Every individual has unique personality. No two individuals have same personality. Or personality, it is a combination of emotion, attitude, and behavior response patterns of the individuals. The emotion of a person's, his attitude and behavior, how he behave in different situation, etc. This is known as personality. Or you can say that personality is a total sum of what one is, his psychological makeup, one's typical patterns, means to adjust in the environment, or how one responds to the world around him, and his behavior patterns, how one behave different in a different situation. To an ordinary person's personality means his physical appearance, his habit, his way of thinking, his reputations, his manners, and other similar characteristics. But personality is more than this. It is much more different from this. Personality is a total sum of his being, Okay, personality is the total sum of his being and include physical physical appearance, his mental, social, emotional and intellectual aspect. So one personality reflect the thinking, imaginations, uh, imaginations, attitude, intents, his habit, his interest, and other similar characteristic. This is a personality. Next is various psychologists has formulated many theories regarding the personality. Every individuals, different persons have different uh, uh, different meanings regarding the different theory regarding the personality. Some theories are based upon dimensions and some theories are based upon trait characteristic. So some uh, common theories regarding personality are Selden classifications of personality, Jung personality, um, classifications based on traits, and theory, Big Five theory based upon dimensions. Let's discuss Selden classification of personality. Selden classified the personality according to the body structures. So Selden's According to Williams Herbert Selden, the personality are of three types based upon body structures, that is endomorphic, mesomorphic and ectomorphic. Okay, Herbert Selden's According to Herbert Selden's, he classified a personality based upon the structures of a person's, that is endomorphic means fatty peoples, mesomorphic means healthy peoples, and ectomorphic means thin and lean peoples. Selden Selden classifications of personality. Endomorphic, they are also known as viscerotonic means fatty peoples. An endomorphic person is generally stocky with a large round body, short neck, short arms and wide hips. They have lots of fat on their body. They are low in physical fitness. So endomorphic means fatty peoples. They have This person have large round body, that is mainly pear shaped body. They have short neck, short arm and wide hip. They have lot of fat in their body, and they they are low in physical fitness. They are not good in physical activity. They have less speed, endurance, but they have more powers. This endomorphic persons have good strength. So endomorphic persons are usually in weightlifting. Endomorphic persons have the personality like comfortable living. They are more friendly, peaceful, socially relaxed, tolerance persons. They are able to tolerate themselves. They are fun loving, good humors, even temperatures, food lovers, etc. Okay, endomorphic persons, they are not good in sports athletes. These endomorphic persons are friendly, always happy, sociable, relaxed means easily adjust with the others peoples. They are able to tolerate persons, able to control their emotions, angers, etc. Mesomorphic, these persons have muscular body with broad chest, means this mesomorphic are healthy peoples. Mesomorphic persons have strong leg and arms with medium height. They have medium height. Mesomorphic persons has good strength. They have good strength, speed, flexibility, and attractive personality. These persons have attractive personality. They are good. They have good shape, structures, etc. So the personality is good. They are good for almost all activity. They are good in almost all physical activities. Their personality characteristics say that they are actives. They are active, energetic, assertive, vigorous, and combative personality. They have lots of energy in their body, and they are adventurous and courageous sports. So mesomorphic persons have lots of energy in their body, so this person should do heavy physical activity. Ectomorphic. Ectomorphic means thin and lean peoples. These ectomorphic persons are slim and thin with narrow face. Means they एकदम दुबला पतला आदमी. They have narrow face, narrow shoulders, chest and hip. They have low fat on their body. They does not have fat in their body. Ectomorphic have less strength. They have less powers, whereas they have good endurance. These persons are mainly suitable for running activities. They have good in endurance. Personality wise, they are quite sensitive, fragile, uh, resistant and non-assertives. Means they want to live in their own worlds. They are quiet. They are not easily friendship. They are not easily friend with other person. They tend to be self consciousness, socially anxious, artistic and thoughtful. They are afraid to branch out or separate. They want to live in their own world. These are the types of personality according to W.S. Selden's. Endomorphic fatty peoples, mesomorphic fit and healthy peoples, and ectomorphic means lean and thin peoples. Next is Jung classification of personality, social dimensions personality. According to Carl Jung classifications based on social dimension personality, Carl Jung classified a personality according to social attitudes. It has two types of personality: introvert personality and extrovert personality. Introvert personality. Introvert personality are described as people who share characteristics such as shyness, social withdrawal, tendency to talk less. They have their own internal world of idea, thoughts, behavior, interests, and attitude. Introvert peoples are self-centered, unable to adjust easily in the social situations. So, introvert personality means the persons who want to live in their own internal world of idea, thought, behaviors, interests, and attitude. They are shyness, they are very shy, socially withdrawn, and tendency to talk less. They are less friendly and they live in their own world, attitude, thought, and they are unable to adjust in the society. They are unable to adjust in the society. So they are not easily suggestible. They are future oriented. They only think about the futures, and they are very sensible and rigid in their idea. Extrovert personality. These persons have tendency to be outgoing, friendly, talkative, and social in natures. Their behaviors and actions are concerns to interact with others. They prefer contact, generous, supportive, and courageous. Extrovert persons interact with external world. They show interest in present reality than futures. They express their feeling openly. They take decisions quickly and act upon quickly. They are not affected easily by difficulties. So, extrovert personality means those persons, those persons who live in the present life. Okay, extrovert persons means they prefers these extrovert persons interact with the external worlds. They this extrovert persons live in the present world. rather than futures. Introvert persons only think about the futures, but these extrovert persons live in present world. They think about the presence. These extrovert persons are outgoing, they are friendly, talkative, and social in nature, means easily adjust in the society, easily adjust with the others peoples. They are too much talkative. They are talkative, and these extrovert persons easily they are free, feeling openly. They easily express their feeling to others peoples. These persons take decisions quickly. They take the decision quickly and also act upon their decisions quickly. This extrovert personality are not affected by the difficulties. And okay, these are concerned to the interact with others, easily interact, easily friendly with the others people. These are the types of personality according to Carl Jung. Okay, introvert, extrovert. Introvert means live in the internal world, only thinks about the futures. They are very shy, talk less, shyness. And extrovert means those who live in the present world, and outgoing, friendly, talkative, etc. And they express their view, express their feelings openly to the others. This is Big Five theory. Emotional dimension personality. According to Big Five theory, the personality depend upon five dimensions or trait characteristic, and also known as personality dimension. That is ocean. O means openness, C means conscientiousness, E means extroversion, and A means agreeableness, and means neuroticisms. Ocean. This is the Big Five theory. So openness, the persons who are openness, they are curious, wide range of interest, independence. They are uh, respective, to new idea. Okay, openness means they are open, they are respective to a new idea. They are creative, interest in variety, of expressions, etc. And openness persons, they are more frankly. And those who are not openness, they are practicals, conventionals, prefers routines. And they are practicals. They are narrow in interest with what is familiar, and always perform the same routine work, diet, habit. Conscientiousness, those who are conscientiousness, they are hardworking, dependable, organized, well organized. They are well organized, responsible. Okay, they are responsible, disciplined, achievement oriented, and always follow the plan. And those who are not conscientiousness, they are careless, impulsive, careless, discouraged, disorganized, lazy, do not follow the plan. Extroversions, those who have more extroversion, those who are extroversions, they are outgoing, warm, sick, adventurous. Okay, they are outgoing, fun of loving, assertive, talkative. And those who are not extroversions, they are quite reserves, withdraw, means they are shy, serious. Next is agreeableness. Those who are agreeableness, they are helpful, more helpful. They are more trusting in natures. They are warm, trusting. They are helpful and easygoing. And those who are not agreeableness, they are criticals, incooperatives. They are not cooperate with the others. They are incooperatives. As cold, argumentatives, unfavorable, etc. And next is Neuroticians, those who have those who are anxious, worry, okay, anxious, worry, unhappy. They always lives in unhappy, prone to negative thinkings, emotions. They are emotionally weak, insecure, and those who are less Neuroticians, they are calms, even tempers, secures. They are emotionally strong, stables. They are confidence. These are the big five theory. Ocean, OCEAN, oceans.